which becomes a failure to me because when I'm not privy to information, I work within my zone as an executive, and it's a challenge, not a failure. I will say that.
I'm with you. Sir Gabriel, do you admit, and I want to ask you, do you admit when you are wrong?
I admit when I'm wrong.
Why is it that you're finding it difficult to tell us what your failures are and you're trying to make it look like you don't have one? Or do you assume you're a perfect person?
That is exactly I stated that it's a failure. But then I always want to learn.
No, not so. I'm not saying so. The reason I'm asking this question is because he asked you specifically for your failure, but you are trying to dodge the question and tell us that you see it as more of a challenge. Do you think a failure? Are you putting a failure and a challenge on the same pedestal?
Okay, I stated the failure that my failure as a manager is if I am not privy to certain information, I don't push myself to get such information, and I think it's a failure on my side.
Sure, no problem.
And the follow-up question was your accomplishment, please, as an individual.
Okay, one of the accomplishments is that I am one leader who always make sure information reach out to my team members so they can work on time and deliver as expected of theirs. So I think one of my accomplishments is that.
Okay, Mr. Gabriel, your last question. You are going to be entrusted with the pairs of a whole idea. And looking at the thing that you've been said, you don't have any financial background. How will you be able to handle that office?
I am a business student with a financial background. I did a financial accounting. I read economics. I read project management as a course. And financial secretary is not about you being a financial accounting student, but then you having a finance background and understanding the concept of finance in managing a project and a way of generating funds for an institution or organization to embark on a project with your president, or a way of implementing a policy developed by your president.
Sir Gabriel, do you have a temperament problem?
Temperament. Please, can you be specific? I think we have 4 types of temperament.
No, I'm asking you, do you have a temper problem? Do you easily get angry when under pressure or stress? Or is it just a tone of your voice?
Not really.
Not really is not yes or no?
No, I don't have any temper problem.
So is it more of how your personality is and your voice? So we will not, because the kind of feedback you are getting is one that shows probably you get angry easily because the tone of your voice changes with time, or it's not so.
No, then I think it may be the network. I have a heavy voice. So
Okay.
I think.
Sure, I think that's a very good explanation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So, Mr. Gabriel, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, please.
So, as an aspiring financial secretary, I would like to know your take on budgeting. What's your take on budgeting? On budgeting.
Budget. I would say budgeting is an instrument we use to project project the activities an institution wants to embark on within a period of time for the institution.
So what constitutes one? What constitutes a budget? Because you'll be drawing a budget.
I hardly hear you.
I mean, what constitutes a budget? What is a budget made up of? Mr. Gabriel.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you very clearly.
Okay, I can hear you.
My question was, what constitutes a budget? What is a budget made up of?
Oh, hello.
Hello, Mr. Gabriel.
Yeah.
Did you hear my question?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Yeah.
you clearly.
You said what?
What constitutes a budget?
Okay.
The budget made up of.
Okay, a budget is actually made up of the resource of the institution, the expenses the institution incurs, and the assets of the institution. I think that one of the few things budgets constitute of is what I've mentioned.
Mr. Gabriel, you are wrong, please. You are very wrong. So on to my next question. I'd like you to run me through the procurement process.
Sorry?
I'd like you to run me through the procurement process.
I hardly hear you.
Mr. Gabriel, can you hear me?
People be some way view.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Gabriel, I can hear you very clearly.
Okay.
Yes, I want you to run me through the procurement process of this school institution. Yes.
Of the institution or
Yes.
a procurement process as a whole.
No, as an incoming financial secretary, if you are voted in power and you are supposed to go through the procurement process, I want you to run me through that process.
Okay. The procurement process as a financial secretary is one of the few things is there must be the need for you to identify what you want to go in for. As a financial secretary, there must be a need for you to identify the product or the resource you want to go in for. Secondly, there must be vendor selection. Who you are going to buy, where you are going to buy the products from, or where you are going to procure the products from. And after when you've been able to identify that, you need to submit the purchase requisition to the board.
Who is the board?
Sorry?
Who constitutes the board?
The procurement officer, the finance and the executive board.
Are you sure of what you are saying?
Mr. Gabriel, don't contradict yourself.
Are you very sure of what you are saying?
Sorry?
Are you very sure of what you are telling me?
Yes, but then
Are you very sure, yes or no?
I can't be certain because every institution has its hierarchies. When you go to a company like GPA.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Which institution do you belong to?
Sorry?
Which institution do you belong to?
I belong to IDL. And
yes, please.
The question which was posed to me was a general question, not a
Segiro.
Yes, please.
You cannot say that the question we posed to you is a general question. That is because this particular vetting is specific for the position of the KNUST IDL SRC Financial Secretary. Do you get? So yes, every single question we ask you is in relation to within the context of the institution. If we ask you any general question, we'll let you know. But for now, every question is targeted at KNUST and its related things. You get me?
Yes, please.
Just thank you.
Yes. So run me through the procurement process in relation to the portfolio you are running for. So I'm not sure. You can tell me I'm not sure of the process. I don't want you to lie to me over here.
No, as I said, first of all, you need to consider. You need to. There is always the need for you to identify the product you want to go in for, as a procurement officer, or as a finance secretary working as a procurement officer. There is always the need for you to identify what you want to go in for. And second, you need to identify the vendor you want to procure the products from. As I said, thirdly, you need to submit the purchase requisition to the board. As I said, I am not privy to how the board is formed at KNUST, but then I believe that there is always the need for you to have a procurement officer on the board and board of advisory for procurement.
Thank you very much. One last question.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, I'm okay with your answer. One last question. As a financial secretary,
Hello?
Yes, hello, Gabriel. I can hear you.
I think the process it's not done.
We just
No
want to move
problem.
on to another
No
question.
problem. I want to ask my last question, and I think
Okay.
yes. So, as a financial secretary, if you are voted into power, are you going to also double up as a treasurer?
Come again.
If you are voted into power as the financial secretary, are you going to also double up as the treasurer of the Eastern Sector IDOSRC?
As a
Yes.
financial secretary, when voted into power,
Are you also going to serve? Are you also going to usher the duties of a treasurer?
I'm actually going to establish. There is always the need for me to do so due to the fact that I don't have a treasurer to work, so I need to comb around that angle to work.
At what point? Gabriel, I've heard. So, at what point are you going to perform the duties of a treasurer? At what point? You can give me about 3 instances, and I'll be fine.
Oh, at a point where there is the need for us to seek funds or for us to seek funds in embarking on a project, for the institution. At a point of we seeking or lobbying opportunity related to finance for the institution. I think these are the two things I can equally state for you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Mr. Gabriel,
Yes, please.
this is your last question. IDO student, most often than not, when we pay 60% of our school fees, we can register for the first semester, right?
No, please. I think for the first semester, before you write your midterm, it must be 50%. But before you write your end of semester, it must be 70% as ideal student.
Okay, and then the subsequent one will be paid off in the another semester, right?
With second semester, before you write your midterm, it must be 80% payment.
Okay, and
before the end of, you must pay. You must make a full payment of your fees before
what
end
are
of
you
semester.
going to do? What are you going to do if you give you the note and vote for you as a financial secretary? That you will help to clear up the system that we have to pay a full payment that before you'll be able to write exams.
Okay, when voted into power as a financial secretary at the level, I need to sit with my national finance secretary to find a best way in solving that, because we are in a system where getting payment of fee outright isn't. Hello.
Mr. Gabriel.
Yes, please.
Please, how you are going to solve it is what we need now. We want you to tell us how you are going to solve it.
Yes, how we are going to solve it. I can't do it as a sector finance secretary, but then with my national.
You even have a president and a national secretary.
And a national secretary,
okay.
And the SLC board, SLC executives on the main campus. So it's a collective responsibility. So we need to sit and find a best solution to that, because I will suggest to them what I am bringing on board, but then it's up to the national executive to consider.
Just suggest that thing to us now, because we want to hear you.
As to whether we are going to continue or you are going to break it down.
Imagine we have the national president over here, we have the national financial secretary over here. What would you have told us? What would you have brought on board? What would you have suggested?
Okay, I suggest that considering the plight of the people, we should extend the time period of payments for them, and the percentage. Hello.
Okay, sure, Gabriel. One last question. Do you have an idea of Ghana's minimum wage?
Sorry?
You know Ghana's minimum wage?
What?
Ghana's minimum wage.
Ghana.
Yeah, Ghana's minimum wage.
The gadget.
Ghana's minimum wage.
Mr. Gabriel.
Yes, hello.
Thank you very much for your time, okay?
Hello?
Mr. Gabriel, thank you very much for your time.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Mhm. Hey, boy, I live on YouTube.
I think it's just what he said. So based on what he said.
Mama, come to
Wait for us.
I just say, don't go fully show. Come on for election. So congratulations.
Hello.
Hello.
Please good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Please can we get a view of you? It's all part of the
Okay.
Sure, thanks.
Okay.
Okay, sure. Thank you very much. Sir, please, who are you?
I am Bofo Isaac Kwejo, a BBA trade student. Please, can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
I'm Bofo Isaac Kwejo, BBA trade student of Ideal Accounting Department, Sunyane Center.
What are you aspiring for, sir?
I'm aspiring for Financial Secretary, Midland Sector.
Okay, Financial Secretary, Midland Sector. Please,
Yes, please.
why Financial Secretary?
Generally, in our institution, there is misappropriation of funds when one gets in hold of it. So it is my desire to effectively and efficiently use the financial resources of ideal KNUST students so that they will feel satisfied that any token taken from them is used to their benefit.
Please, recognize that I asked you, why position of Financial Secretary and not any other position within the IDL? Give me specifically why you chose Financial Secretary.
That is why I said people misappropriate funds.
So because people do, that is why you decided to go there, because you are not like the other people who misappropriate funds.
Yes, please. And with my background in financial sector, actually, I am an accounting student.
Okay.
So using, come again, please.
So that's the reason why you decided to go for the financial secretary position.
I may say yes, please.
Okay, sure. We are good.
If I may put it in that way, my background basically into finance.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Isaac.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
I want to know a little bit about you.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you please tell me about yourself?
Oh, yeah. I am, before I said earlier on, a Ghanaian in the German North District, Brno region. Per my qualification, I attended my semi-tertiary, let me put it that way, at Sunyan Polytechnic, where I offered accounting in HND. That was in 2011, where I graduated. And currently, I am working with Nafana Rural Bank in the credit department.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay, Mr. Financial Secretary, in case you are given the nod to be the financial
Yes, sir.
headland zone,
Okay.
what will you do? Manage the pairs of the IDL.
Manage
the pairs, the coffers.
Okay. Okay. You see, at the beginning of every year, there should be a financial plan, more or less a budget that you are going to live on. So being the financial secretary, you need to periodically review your budget to see if you are within your budget. You wouldn't spend above your budget. And more or less, if your president or other executives are laymen of financial decisions, you need to educate them so that always you be on track with your finances, so that you wouldn't misappropriate the funds or the pairs of ideas. Thank you.
Thank you very much. With regards to KNUST,
okay,
and whether you are being disabled or physically challenged or a normal person, you can be admitted. You as a financial, if you are giving them nod, if you are embarked, what will you do to help physically challenged students?
Thank you. Personally, I may say 80% physically, let me say, not strong. I have problem with my right leg.
Okay.
Which helping my colleagues who are in that situation wouldn't be a problem. That will let me find out how best can I assist this person. For instance, in Sunyani, people coming from Kotukrum, people coming from Fiepri, he is a disabled. He wants to come for lectures. What support can we give him? Before the semester begins, you need to sit with your president or other executive. Is it possible to get a transport for them in terms of vehicle so I conveys them? If it goes, because you cannot decide on your own. Your executive within the sector and executive within the national need to deliberate upon the issue, how best it is going to help ideal so that you can embark on it. And two, let's assume someone use chairs to come for lectures, and our stairs to the lecture hall are all in let's say in the ladder form. We need to break them down so they may flow for those students to be able to have access to the lecture hall. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Popo, your last question from me. What is the structure, the structure of the ideal SRC? The structure.
Okay. Is it main campus or ideal?
Yeah. No. I mean the structure. The structure that the SRC, the constitution for the ideal gave to us.
Okay. Okay. We have the National Council, and we have the Sector Council. We have the judicial committees, those that work with. And along the line, we have the audit committees too.
No, please, that is not what I'm looking for.
Okay.
That is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the structure. The structure.
Oh, we have the president.
No, please. We have 3 structures.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The national level.
Okay.
The 2. Will you be able to help me with the 2?
With the national level. National level, sector, and campus.
Yes. Thank you very much. Okay. My colleague will.
Okay, so Mr. Isaac, you spoke about budget. You spoke about budget.
Yes, please.
I'd like to know
what
constitutes a budget?
What constitutes the budget?
Budget, yes, a budget.
Your inflows and outflows, where you get your fund, your source of fund, and how you are going to use the funds.
And what is your negotiation style? Because if you are voted into part of the financial secretary, you will probably have to talk for some stuff.
I can't.
I'd like to know your negotiation style. What do you believe is your negotiation style?
Yeah, how you're able to influence individuals to bring in fund. That is seeking in for sponsorship.
And how do you do that? How do you plan on doing that?
You see, as an individual, as I'm speaking with you now, I cannot know what you hold for me unless I confront you. So if I need something from an individual, I don't need to sit in my office or in my vicinity and prejudge that, oh, this person, this is his mindset, until you confront him. So, sir, I need this from you. Is it that yes or no?
So do you have any quality that puts you ahead of all your competitors in terms of negotiation? Do you think you have any quality?
Presentation, how you present your information, my presentation, and my communication skills. How I'm able to present my info, what I need. Was you may have good intention, by presenting them become the issue. How to flow for the person to understand become the issue. So you need to be able to flow well for the person to understand.
Sure. I want to ask you 3 questions, then we'll be done with the vetting. The first question is, can you give me 3 principal officers of KNUST?
2
principal officers of the university.
Okay, we have the chancellor and the director.
Which director?
We have with IDEA, we have director who is in charge of.
No, I mean for the entire university, who are the principal officers, not for IDEA?
Okay. The principal officers are the chancellor and the vice chancellor, the registrar, and the director.
Sure. Second question I have for you. What is the mission of KNUST?
KNUST mission is to, provide education to all individuals, no matter their, where they find themselves, providing for them to their doorsteps.
Okay, let me just ask you the last one, then we are good to go. What is the position of the student's guide on alcohol usage? a student guide?
No, please.
No. But as an officer, somebody who wants to lead the office, it should be one of the things you should know about as a student.
Generally, per our distance, for instance, where am I? We have difficulty in getting access to information.
There are soft copies to that.
I will make a follow-up to get it.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, Master Bafu Isaac. I think you've been impressive. We'll get back to you later on. Thanks.
You're welcome, sir. Bye-bye.
This one is far good as well.
Excellent. You, what I did was once. Please, Mr. PR. No. Hello, sir.
Hello, Abu.
Good evening.
Good evening, Abu. Abu, can you hear me?
Yes, please, I can hear you.
Okay, if it's possible, can we see your face?
Yes, please.
Please, can we see your face?
Can we see it now?
No, please.
Oh.
Are you having issues with your camera? Sure. It is dark.
Can we see now, please? Can we see now?
No, please. We can't. Okay, yes. Sir, please, we can see you now.
Okay.
Sure. Please, can you introduce yourself to the panel?
Come again.
Can you introduce yourself to the panel?
Yes, please. My name is Abu Tijani. I'm a student of IDL.
Please, we can't hear you.
Sunyani Center, vying the position of the General Secretary.
Okay, you're vying for the position of General Secretary. For which sector?
The sector, the Midland sector, please.
Okay, sure. General Secretary for the Midland sector. Please, can you give us a brief profile of yourself?
Yes, please.
Can you tell us a brief profile of yourself? Tell us about yourself.
Okay. Abu Tijani is my name. Like I said, I'm a student of IDL. I started my education SS level at Vitin Senior High, and I went to Pontamale Senior High to do diploma in animal health and production. I'm a married man with 2 kids, and I was born in Tamale, and I live in Tamale. I moved to the middle sector of Ghana, precisely Techumai, because of work. So currently, that's where I'm staying.
Sir, why are you running for the position of General Secretary and not any other position?
Yeah, it's very true. You see, in anything that you have to do, you have to test your capabilities. You have to test yourself to see where you can fit very well. So, per my capabilities, where I can fit well is the General Secretary position. That's where I've chosen that place.
What are those capabilities you are talking about?
Yeah, the capabilities of a General Secretary is just like an administrator. It needs somebody who is able to receive messages, take minutes during meetings, organize meetings, keeping database and so many, which I think I can do the best. That's why I'm going for it.
Sure, please.
Okay. Mr. Abu.
Yes, please.
Once again.
I can't hear you, please.
Good evening once again.
Good evening.
Please, can you outline some core duties of a General Secretary to us?
Yes, please. Just like I've mentioned, it's like I've mentioned it already. I said, it's like organizing meetings, taking minutes, doing filings, so keeping database and the rest.
But you are a worker, right?
Yes, please.
And in looking at your busy schedules, will you be able to help idea with what you are saying?
Yes, please. That's why I answered the question by saying, before you go to in a position, you have to assess yourself to see where you can fit most.
But sir, looking at your schedule and looking at how busy a family man you are, and knowing that this is the first time ever IDEA will be having such positions, can you tell us how you'll be able to manage all this and still be a very good, consistent General Secretary?
I will be.
No, how? Don't say you will be. Can you tell us precisely how? Can you give us a brief schedule of how it looks like and how you'll be able to create space for that?
Yes. There's they're saying that man must face the challenge.
So we get exactly what you are saying. But now we are not talking about proverbs. We want practicality, because recognize that you have entire schedule for you to face, being a family man and having other duties that you have. Can you tell us how you narrow out those schedule for you to be able to suit the position?
Yeah, I should be able to do that.
I'm saying, let me help you answer your question. On the order of priority, what are the things you prioritize right now in life? Give me your 5 priorities you prioritize. I'm saying, can you hear me?
Please come again.
I said on the order of priority. Can you give me the top 5 things you prioritize in life right now?
5
things. 5 things you put a priority to in life. 5 things you prioritize in life right now.
First and foremost, 7.
Second thing. Don't worry, sir. Don't worry, sir. It's going to go. Listen, sir, relax. Don't worry. You continue with.
Okay. Mr. Tijani.
Yes, please.
You are vying for a position in IDL and Ken University to be precise, right?
Yes, please.
Can you please give us the composition of the IDL SLC, the composition of it, the structure, how it is being structured?
Yeah, it is structured in groups. The national level, okay. the national level, the sector level, and the campus level.
Okay, thank you very much. Your next question.
Okay.
Mr. Tijani.
Yes, please.
The position of a general secretary. What will you do?
Yes, please.
What will you do? And the office have not been established. So we are not going to talk about the person that you are coming to succeed or something like that. What will be measures that you are going to put in place to sustain that office that you are coming to occupy as a first person? What will you do?
Okay. I'll do it by using a collaborative effort. The office is not going to run by one person. I'm coming to do it with a group of people. That is my vice president, my financial secretary, my woman commissioner, and the rest. These are the people I'm coming to work with. So whatever I have to discuss with them to get that collaborative effort in order to do things right.
Is that all, please?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. Then I will ask you this last question, and I will let my
okay.
What is the level of your confidentiality?
Maximum.
I didn't get you, please.
I said maximum.
Maximum. And how are you going to prove that maximum?
Hello.
Mr. Tijani, we are here, please.
Yes, yeah. I said maximum. I've been a student leader for so long. So for the confidentiality, I've trust myself.
How will you demonstrate it?
By talking to you alone should tell you that I have confidence in whatever I'm doing.
Okay, you give us a scenario then for us to see if we're able to be trusted or not.
I should give you
a scenario.
A scenario.
Like we have been to a meeting.
Okay.
With your president, and there's a picture of you at your campus.
Okay.
How are we going to be able to trust you when we vote for you? That the pressure that your colleagues are going to mount on you will not let you leak those informations.
Like, like I said, I've been a student leader for so long. So I have that.
Mr. Tijani.
Yes, yes, please.
Those times are gone. They are past and gone.
Okay.
And this is the real time. Tell us how you keep those things.
Yeah. I'll try as much as possible to organize them, to talk to them.
It's okay.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay, so, Mr. Abu, as per the SRC Constitution,
Yes, please.
to state your functions as the General Secretary, as per the SRC Constitution.
Okay. Currently, I don't have the SRC Constitution. I only saw it in a platform about 1 hour ago. I was in a car. Frankly speaking, I didn't go through it. So I don't know what is stated inside it.
You didn't request for it.
Hello.
Have you at any point requested for the Constitution to know what your duties are?
No. I saw the post this afternoon about 2 hours, 3 hours ago.
The question is not relaxed. The question is not about the post. The question is, have you ever requested for it?
No, please.
If you are able to request for what is supposed to be your basic constitutional duty, how are we supposed to entrust that you do the rest of the work?
Yeah, you will bear witness with me that these things is just impromptu. It's not something that we've planned for so long. It comes as, I don't want to use the word in a flash, but it comes as immediate. So there are certain formalities which we couldn't pass through. So sorry for that.
No problem. But as General Secretary, you should be somebody able to pay attention to details and know what exactly you stand for. But so far, your blame has been, it's been impromptu. How are we supposed to be able to trust that when the administration and things happen very fast, you'll not be able to pay attention to basic things?
Believe me, you give me a try and see.
Mr. Tijani, can we then conclude that we don't know your core mandates as a General Secretary?
Yes, please.
From the Constitution,
your
core mandates.
From the Constitution, yes, it's something I'm not coming in, so definitely I will learn it.
Then how can we entrust you with such an office when you don't know what even entails in that office?
I said it's something I'm not coming in. Definitely I will learn it. It's just that it's just a matter of time that we didn't get time to put things in a formal way.
Like I said, one question for you. This one is, it's just a general knowledge for all general secretaries. What is the difference between a memo and a minute?
What is
the difference between a memo and a minute?
A minute.
Yeah.
A minute is an information that derives from a meeting. And hello.
A minute is
a information that is taken during a meeting.
Now, what is a memo?
Memo is an information that is organized to raise a fund or an information from an institution.
I think I could.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Abu, I'd like you to tell me 3 problems you think you might face in your office and how you plan combating that.
Okay. Number 1, distance.
And what's the solution to that?
Yes. The solution is now we live in technological era, so we use that technological means to solve out things.
Number 2. Hello, Mr. Abu.
I'm saying.
Hello, Mr. Abu.
What is the difference between the same? Let the next person come in. It's the next person.
Yeah, next person.
He's back.
Hello, Mr. Abu.
It's muted. Mr. Abu, your microphone is muted. Sure.
Hello.
Thank you very much, sir, for a very successful process. We'll get back to you later, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much too.
You're welcome.
The next person, Kingsley.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Kingsley. Good evening, sir. Mr. Kingsley.
Hello.
Mr. Kingsley, please, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Sir, please, how are you doing, sir?
Sorry?
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine by God's grace. Please, how are you doing too?
I'm fine, thank you very much, sir. Sir, I wanted to know, why are you here and who are you?
All right. Thank you so much for the question. My name is Tonu Kingsley Kafui. I happen to be an ideal student reading logistics and supply chain management from Koforidia campus. I belong to the Eastern sector, and then I'm here to be vetted for the position of the General Secretary for the Eastern sector. Thank you.
Can you give us a brief profile of yourself?
Okay. The name still remains Tonu Kingsley Kafui. I was born in I grew up in Accra. I attended Emmanuel Presby JHS at Medina. I then moved to Maoli School from 2014 to 2017. And then I moved to Koforidia Technical University. That was where I had my HND. I studied procurement and supply chain management.
Okay. So why specifically are you running for the position of the Eastern Sector General Secretary? Why not any other position?
All right, thank you so much for the question. Going into a contest of this sort, there's a need for the individual to assess himself and then get to realize where he or she belongs before you take any other step. So I assessed myself very well, and I realized that this is where I'll fit into, and then this is where I'll do better.
After assessing yourselves, can you tell us the specific skills that made you say you go for General Secretary? Give me 3 skills you have that made you choose the position of General Secretary.
All right, thank you so much. I have good listening skills. I have good communication skills, and then I have good writing skills as well. And then these are some of the skills that I needed, particularly in this kind of position.
Sure, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Secondly,
Yes, sir.
yes. What is your leadership style?
Okay, thank you so much for the question. I am I'm a democratic leader.
Okay, explain it to us.
Okay, democratic leadership is like you don't impose so much on your, how do I put it? I mean, those 7 under you, I get in it. So you allow them to at least bring their ideas on board. You don't impose whatever you have. You allow them to also bring in their suggestions, and then you collectively work together to achieve an aim. Thank you.
So does it mean that a democratic leader, if you want to take a pragmatic measures for the student, does it mean that you have to wait for a collective bargaining agreement for all the students before you be able to take that sort of decision for the students?
I'm not very clear on that. Can you please rephrase that?
I'm saying that you are saying you are a democratic leader, and you wait for all your subjects to come in with their ideas.
Certainly not. Certainly not.
And how are you going to do that?
All right. Thank you. What I seek to do is that, I've been a leader before back in tertiary. KTU. And then what we do is that you can't wait for all the students to bring in their suggestions before you take an action. So you do a survey. Please, are you getting it? You do a survey. Sometimes we organize open forums where maybe there are reps I mean, they bring the grievances of the people on board, and then we act on that. So we can't wait for all IDS students within the Eastern sector to come and then, I mean, bring in their suggestions before we take a decision. Certainly not.
The constitution of the IDL SRC, what is your core mandate?
All right, my core mandate as the General Secretary for the Eastern Sector, according to the IDL SRC Constitution, is to be responsible as the official communicator. I mean, communicate, and then you take meetings whenever we are having executive, meetings. Thank you.
Okay. Your last question.
Thank you. All right.
In your office, how are you going to use the SWOT analysis? As a procurement student,
yes, sir.
how are you going to use the SWOT analysis to help you carry out your day-to-day runnings of your office?
All right. Thank you so much for the question. SWOT analysis has got to do with strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And what I seek to do is that I would assess and then get to know my strengths, my weaknesses, and then you know where you do better, and then you perform accordingly.
We want you to tell us some of your strengths, your weakness, and the threat that you are going to face at that new office, and the opportunities also at that same office.
All right, thank you for the question. So some of my strength, one of my strengths is that I am able to calm people down. No matter how angry and then how vociferous they are, I'm able to calm them down. So in times of maybe crisis, students demonstrating, students, trying to involve in any form of chaos, I'll be able to try and then calm them down. When it comes to the threats, this one.
The threats, let's say as a general secretary, your president wants to impose a forced meeting on you that you have to call for a meeting. Yes. How are you going to handle it?
How am I going?
Yes. It's going to be a threat to your office.
Provided it wouldn't be to the discomfort or to the disadvantage of, the ideal students, I wouldn't see it a threat.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Mr. King.
Yes, sir.
I'd like you to differentiate between a memo and minutes. And a minute.
Sorry?
I'd like you to differentiate between a memo and a minute.
All right, thank you so much for the question. A memo is a piece of writing that is used to communicate in an organization. And then the minute is a writing that, secretaries usually take whenever a meeting is ongoing.
And what are some problems you expect to face if you are elected into power as a general secretary? And what are the problems you can state about 3 of them that you project that you may face in office? And what is the solution you have against those problems?
Since this is the first kind of leadership for IDL, I foresee things not, really working well. Since this is the first time, sometimes when there's precedence, you've witnessed some things for some time, you can, if you have the experience, you can build on that. But since this is the first of its kind, you might find difficulties in some 1 or 2 things. That's.
So can you state about 3 difficulties you think you may face in your office?
Okay, in my office, I can't really foresee any difficulty because it has all got to do with communication, and then scribing keeping documents and all of that. And I'm going to put measures in place to make sure that we get accurate, information for the subsequent leadership.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kofi. You've been impressive so far. I think we've come to the end of this particular vetting, and thank you again.
I can hardly hear you.
I said thank you very much, Mr. Kofi, for the vetting. You've been impressive so far. I think we are done with the session. Thank you.
Sir, please, I can hardly hear you.
I said thank you very much. We are done with the vetting.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for your time too. God bless you.
I'm coming to the end Zoom call. Yeah, this is yeah, but please guys Yeah. Hello, sir. Please, can you unmute yourself?
Hello, Mr. Dia. Can you please unmute yourself?
Yeah, done, boss.
Now, please, can you also see yourself?
So, please.
Can we see you?
You're not seeing me.
No,
Okay.
please.
Yeah, so you seeing me now?
Oh, sure, that's good. Sir, good evening, sir.
So, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Sir, please, how are you doing, sir?
Great, by God's grace. What about you?
Hi, thank you very much. We are good. Please, sir, your name and why you are here.
Thank you very much. My name is Gia Sawo, contesting for vying for Midland Sector Vice President.
Okay, Midland Sector Vice President. Please, can you give us
here, I'm here to be vetted as the Midland Sector Vice President.
Sure. Can you give us a brief profile of yourself?
Chance, please. Gia Sawo is my name. I started my education at Judges International at Hemaimbo, and then further to Achasa Methodist Junior High, and then further to Asantuma Senior High to find business as a course with the best elective maths class. Proceeded to Polytechnic University to offer accounting with computing. After which I did my service at Mansell West District Assembly at the Revenue Office, and then working with several teaching, including quick credits, micro credit as a credit analyst, and then. Hello?
Why the position of vice president and not any other position?
Yeah, thank you very much. I have been undergoing some supervisory role as a leader, and I see that to be best fit for me.
What kind of role as a leader do you mean?
I was once a supervisor during the NI period, the Ghana card period. I was a supervisor. I has been a credit analyst too as well, supervising a team in terms of giving loans out.
So
So,
with your experience, why don't you just go for presidency?
oh, thank you very much. I see myself to that limit, to be okay for the limit. That's why I accepted myself over there.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay, Mr. Dia,
Yes, sir.
good evening once again.
Thanks, boss. Even
Okay, please, my first question is, most of the students of the IDL, especially those offering the geometric engineering,
okay.
are from Boriga. But when they bought the form, they were thinking that they were going to school.
Please wait. You said they have combined or what?
I'm saying that this geometric engineering,
Okay.
when they bought the form, they know that they were going to school at Boriga.
I'm listening to you, please.
For them to realize that the sector couldn't get the threshold, that the lecturers would be able to move from Kumasi to and teach them.
Listen to Boriga. Okay.
So every weekend they have to come to Kumasi campus for lectures.
Okay.
If you are giving the nod, how are you going to help such people?
Thanks very much. Per my policies, as I have been able to go through as a sector president, way, I'll see to it that we also made our center to function properly. That would be the ultimate goal. Because we have many centers who are now dormant, like the Wild campus is very dormant now, and the Techman center is now dormant. So we see that all dormant centers will be replenished with staffs and then of the students as well.
I don't know if this answer. This one, I wasn't there at the answer. Okay. Mr. Dia, please.
Yes, please.
What is your leadership style?
Okay, thanks very much. I kind of, but sometimes I act autocratic as well. I'm mostly democratic. I'm mostly democratic, but sometimes I act autocratic when I see that things are going worse.
Okay, then can you please elaborate your leadership style a bit to us?
Okay, thanks very much. We have three leadership style. We have this autocratic demo.
Your leadership style.
Okay.
Relax. Your leadership style is, you said you are mostly democratic.
Democratic, yes.
Can you now explain to us how it looks like?
Thank you very much. Looking at my leadership style being democratic, I do participate my followers in terms of taking decisions or solving problems. Yeah, and talking about the autocratic part as well too. Sometimes when you invest power into your subordinates, they begin to act anyhow they feel. They feel like they are on equal height with you. So as a leader, if you don't act autocratic for them to say, yeah, you're serious on them, they will choose to be messing things up. And at the end of the day, you will not be able to achieve.
Recognize that within the democratic frame, the only reason it's not like you are superior to them. You need to hear.
Yes, that's why I said. That's why I said you need to let them participate in terms of making decisions. If only a leader, please.
The problem I'm having now is with the autocratic part. Why would you decide to be autocratic all of a sudden when people are asking? It means that when people are going against your opinion as a leader, you decide to shut them off because your opinion is the best.
No, I won't shut them off. The thing is, always when you let your subordinate be being democratic, like you invest power in them, most of the times they feel like they're equal height with you. So they begin to mess things up when you are out or when you're not around. So if as a leader, you always give them that platform to be messing things up or giving them that chance to participate in your decisions, since they feel like they're equal height with you, they feel to mess things up. So you need to come in and then be serious on them.
You seem to have a problem with your followers being on equal height with you. What is exactly?
Not them being equal height with me. What I know about we Africans, or let me put that way, is whenever we give someone, like we say, when they're giving freedom, you add them. When you give freedom to this a subordinate, they feel like, oh, this person is not there, so I'm not the boss, so I should act any way I like. That's the best way. So you need to act a way that they see that yes, you're a leader and
Yeah,
you control them. Yeah, boss.
yeah. Please, can you please help us? You are going to work under somebody. You are not going to
Yes,
be president. And looking at
yes,
a little bossy attitude, which is the autocratic nature of you, will you be able to work under somebody?
yes. I can.
And how are you going to do it?
Thank you very much. As a vice president, in the absence of this, if we go through our constitution, in the absence of the president, or you represent the president in the second level too. So if you always be near to them, although I'm not saying you need not to be humble to them, you need to humble yourself before them. But once you have been elaborated as a president in representing the president at the second level, you need to put much listen autocratic lifestyle on your people as well. So I can't be autocratic on my boss. No, I always come down to my boss.
Yeah, please wait. Please wait. It seems you're going to have a conflicting issues because you're going to take orders from your boss. And those are the
Yes.
ones that you're going to exert on the people.
Mhm.
Your boss orders conflict to yours. How are you going to do it?
I want to let my position overcome my boss. No, I can't do that way. But what I mean that if you go to the functions of the sec executives, he said you represent your boss, that is the president at the sector level. So I can't overcome my boss. So I need to implement those policies for my boss to my people. So I can't overcome my boss his work or something like that.
My colleague will continue. Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay, so,
sir.
Mr. Samuel,
Yes, please.
how do you plan on mobilizing students within your sector if given the power? How do you plan on mobilizing students within your sector in order to have programs, come up with projects? How do you plan on mobilizing them?
Thanks very much. So far as we have reps, or if we were to be having this in the presidential for campus levels to year, these people will serve as the reps or representative for each campus. So I will come in with them and then we share ideas together in as much as taking decisions or making decisions for our people. Or they can be an online platform whereby you can take ideas from them. That would be the best way.
Sure.
Know each person's problems.
Okay, I get you. And what do you think might cause you to fail as vice president?
You said,
What do you think might cause you to fail your
thanks,
portfolio?
please. Thanks, please. As a vice president, I might feel due to the instance wherever my subordinates, that is the financial secretary and the general secretary, are acting a way that goes contrary to my rest. Or when my policies being given down or laid down doesn't work, I'm likely to fail.
In that vein, what are your policies? What are you bringing on board?
Thank you very much. First of almost, I settled on the flexibility of the school fees payment system.
Run me,
You saw, please.
take me through that. The flexibility.
Okay. Talking about flexibility, when coming, we were made to pay thousands out of the total amount of 3,250, and that is equivalent to 30% of that amount. So I was pleading that, in case I'm giving a nod, I'll be paying that we pay that consecutively on equal terms or on equal installments, like 30% to the end of the semester or before a week before the examination, because the fees is too much. So, and most of us are vulnerable and try to pay our fees ourselves. So we need to give them the chance to pay the equal installment like that.
Your next policy, please.
Thanks. For the next policy, I tried on centering on easy and accessible way of that of the registration. Because we have students coming all the way from WA and other places, and we are weekend students, distance students, which have been coming to school weekends. And you see a person coming from WA, how can he come and register all the time? Or in case he absent him or herself from weekend, the person cannot get access to register. And even if the person paid even the fees, because just recently we have some occurrences like that. I was on campus on Wednesday where people were asking, when are you to they're having problem with their registration. So see, this same person is having problem with the registration. At the same time, he hasn't been able to get access to the biometric.
Samuel, so what are you going to do?
So what I'll do is that you have an easy and accessible way of doing that registration.
How?
both the online, the biometric by one. By we can do this. The same way we do this and the registration on the AIM app. You should permit us to do the biometric tool on the AIM app by using either the student number or the student index number to register for the biometric, rather than coming all the way from your homes or other long sectors to the campus to do that biometric. I hope that is okay, also clear. And again, I made mention of providing sophisticated materials. So you're getting me?
We're getting you, no problem. And it's been okay. I think the only problem the panel has had so far has been with your autocratic style part.
Centered on providing sophisticated materials.
We get the only problem we've had so far is probably on the autocratic style you added
that see let me
okay,
okay.
Let me give you the chance to explain in 15 seconds.
Okay, thanks. That's why I told you earlier that we blacks are people, when given the chance to come on board, we feel too bossy that, oh, we are equal height to our boss, or we can, or in the absence of the boss, we can do anything we like. But that should be the case. So when a boss, if sometimes you don't ask to as Jerry Don Ross was doing olden days.
I think instead of you to use the word autocratic next time, I think you should use the word strict. Because with strict, everybody knows that leaders, whenever their subordinates are not doing the right things, they put iron hands on them and strict.
Okay.
When they use the word autocratic.
Okay, I stand to be corrected.
Yes, good. The word autocratic.
Okay, I stand to be corrected, boss.
Very much. So I think you are more of a strict leader than autocratic. Because those two words are just counterintuitive. He has his last question for you, and we are done with the vetting.
Okay. Okay.
Mr. B, right?
Yes, please.
Yes. The ITS students feel that there's a gap between us and the lecturers. Have you noticed that?
Can you recap what you said, please?
I'm saying that we feel that there is a gap between us and the lecturers because we normally don't see them. And how are you going to do to bridge that gap when you are being given the nod as the vice president?
Okay, thanks very much. Looking at we weekend students who are not always frequent on campus, the only way we can get access to our lectures is that since we have their contacts, we can try to be calling them, coming out to the programs. Oh yeah, which we are confronted. Can come out to the programs. I, for instance, I went to Madam a press office for any assistance which I need. He was even the one who endorsed my for me. So we, the ideal students, the only best we can do is that we can give our letters a call. Say, this is what I'm confronting. If the person have any best solution for you, well, he help you solve it.
Okay. My last question. Do you have any idea of bringing the whole student on one platform, and how do you intend to do that? If you have any idea, how do you intend to do that? If you don't have
Thanks very much. Okay, thanks very much. The host where the thing here, the word of borders, we can bring them all together by providing a cordial relationship among all the sections, and then those past 20, we need to maintain this cordial relationship between among us all. As a leader, you're entitled to do so. And then
that is not what I'm talking about. I need a platform that will bring the whole student. Maybe let's say you are which year? Year 3, right?
Yes, please.
So
yes, please, year 3.
All the year 3 students will be under one umbrella. Let's say one platform.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea of that? And if you have any idea, how do you intend to do it?
Yeah. Oh, we can organize workshops for them, and then also planning of any culture.
Okay. Thank you very
much, sir, for your time. God bless you, sir.
Okay. Thanks very much. Over.
Charlie, there's this thing you guys, you don't have to stress it. Then I don't want to give the marks you want to do based on support. Because of how this video was. No, they would talk fast. Talk very fast.
Yeah, sure. What's so fast?
At all.
We'll show you, man.
That's a bit black. That's the not the one brand that's so black.
You understand?
You understand that every time.
That's what we go with you.
Where's the parents was on?
Your friend has never how we tend to do it.
I'm good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Master Prince, Asama, please, how are you doing, sir?
Please, I'm doing well. Yourself?
I'm fine, thank you very much, sir. Sir, please, can you introduce yourself to us?
All right. My name is Prince Asama, an ideal student, BB accounting option. I'm in level 300. I'm an audit consultant with ABG Consult, working in conjunction with PwC, that's PricewaterhouseCoopers Ghana. And then what I do is that we liaise with our regional managers to provide them reports. And this has also led to the development of a strong problem-solving skills ability I have had. And also it has honed me with an ability to manage conflict.
Please, what position are you running
so that's
for?
a brief description about me.
What position are you running for, sir?
I'm Vice President for Midland Sector.
Vice President. Please, why Vice President and not President?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The thing is, it has to do with your ability and what you are able to handle. I want to be an efficient leader, effective leader, and not just assuming things I cannot. So for now, I think the vice presidential slot.
Based on your experience and based on your skills, I think you'd be a very good president rather than vice president.
Thank you. That's a good opinion also from you. Like I said, I also liaise with my regional manager. So it can be that I can be down there and still liaise well with the people up there. So it still puts me in a better position, sir.
Yeah, no problem. Then. Thank you very much, sir. So you'll be asking me.
Okay. Mr. Samuel, Mr. Asamoah. Mr. Asamoah.
Yes, honorable.
Oh, okay. And my first question is, what is your leadership style? Which leadership style do you put?
Very democratic.
Very democratic. And can you please elaborate that for us a bit?
Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Explain it to us.
Explain it to us, please.
Okay, so I'm a kind of leader that does not do the thinking alone. I'm the one that seek to consult with other people, know what they are thinking. I preview that it's not only ideas doesn't land in the head of the president or the leader, but also other people have also good policies that when you should listen to them, you can gather them all together and make an effective and improved decision. So I prefer to be very democratic, listening to other opinions to make better decisions.
Okay, my next question is, which other constitution is the ideal constitution subject to? Which other constitutions? Hello, Mr. Asamoah.
Hello, sir.
Please, the network, I can't hear you well. Please come again.
I was saying that which other constitution is the ideal constitution subject to?
The KNUST Constitution, SRC Constitution.
Sure.
Okay, so Mr. Prince, if voted into power as the vice president of the Midland sector, what do you think might cause you to fail as a vice president? What do you think? You get a question?
Please, I'm having network challenges with your.
Okay.
No, please.
Okay, so the question is, what could cause you to fail?
Please come again. I couldn't hear you.
So the question is, what could cause you to fail as a vice president of the Midland sector if voted into power? What could cause you to fail during your tenure of office?
All right. Thank you very much. I believe nothing will even cause me to fail due to my ability to negotiate on projects that I intend to do, my ability to team up with other executives also,
So it would not necessarily be based on what I'm thinking, but what other people also thinking to make it. So I believe in teamwork. So I'm not even thinking that something can even cause my administration to fail. Looking at the two things I've just mentioned.
Sure. You made mention of projects you intend to do. Can you outline such projects for me?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I decided to choose just 4 of them. The first one was to make sure that the KBN policy that the main SRC or KNUST SRC does for students is not well held in the ideal sector. So I'm thinking of liaising properly well with the ideal, the SRC, to make sure that larger amount is also allocated to the ideal, so that needy students can also have access to that money. I think there are a lot of challenges regarding to people not paying their fees and the likes. So that is one thing that I am seeking to do in my tenure of office. The second thing is also making sure that there are scholarship sourced for, whether external or internal, for students within the ideal sector. More importantly, I also liaise with the SRC, the KMUST SRC, to do this one. And the third one that I outlined was to make sure that the ideal students also feel part of the school by providing them with souvenirs. And then the last one was a policy that is also on my heart. I also had a consultation with the director of the IDEO, Professor Kwame Boateng, on it. And then he suggested that the IDEO had started that before, but it failed. So it's about the one student, one tablet policy that I want to reintroduce into the IDEO school. So I'm believing that these 4 things I have mentioned, these are the things that I want to really push, so it can benefit the least person even in the IDEO sector.
Mr. Samoa, when you were speaking, you did mention of negotiation skills. Hello, Mr. Samoa.
Yes, please.
You did mention of your.
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
You did mention of your negotiation skills. Can you please help us?
I can hear you, sir.
Can you please tell us a bit about your negotiation skills?
Please, I didn't get you well. Please come again.
What he's saying is that you stated to the House that you have good negotiation skills.
Please, so I didn't get you. Come again. Can you come again for me, please?
You stated earlier that you have good negotiation skills. The question is that hello, sir, can you hear us? Hello, sir. Hello, can you hear us, sir? Sir Prince?
Please come again for me. I couldn't hear you.
Good, but I'm audible now, right? But I am audible now, right? Sir. Hello, sir. Mr. Prince.
He has to unmute himself.
Have you unmuted yourself, sir? Sir?
Yes, please, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. So now I have a question for you. I said that you said earlier that you have good negotiation skills.
Yes, please.
The question you're asking is, show us an instance where you've exhibited such good negotiation skills. Just give us one instance where you've done such.
Okay, thank you very much. I have a company I run with some few friends in Accra. It's a reality show where we have to also rent places for our programs, and sometimes the amount is so huge for the usage of the place that looking at something like that, if you are not able to do a close-ended negotiation, you will be going up and down, and the time you realize time has also elapsed. So just recently, I had a negotiation with Silicon House. It's a production house in Accra with regards to a reality show myself and some colleagues are doing. And in fact, a huge amount of money, as I can't even quote, but it's a very huge amount. We were able to bring it down to a minimum that it could fit into our budget.
Sure. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
I'm very, very impressed with your answers. So I'd like to know, per the constitution, what are your functions as a vice president of the IDO SRC? Can you state about 3 of them?
Oh, okay. Yeah, the first and most important function of the vice president is to act as the head of the sector, the executive committee. He should act as the head of the executive committee of the Midland sector, and then also be able to represent the president well in the sector. So another thing also is to ensure that he coordinates directly with the president on welfare-oriented projects embarked on by the ideal school. And then probably the last one I want to add is that he shall be the mouthpiece of the sector pertaining any other thing. So since he is going to handle the people within the Midland sector, he will definitely be the mouthpiece, and anything he can also share with the president and seek for his advice. Thank you very much.
Mr. Samoa, please your last question.
All right, sir.
Mr. Samoa, it seems ideal students, we are supposed to pay a certain portion of the school fees before you'll be able to register, right? Which is 70%.
Yes, please.
And the subsequent one will be paid in the next semester before you'll be able to write the exams.
Yes, please.
And looking at the financial constraints, sometimes it is very hard for us to get the money. How are you going to help us if you are giving the nod as the Midland sector vice president? How are you going to help us so that people can write the exams and later, or how are you going to help us?
Thank you very much. This has been a matter of emotions. I would want to put it that way. I've also experienced that students are being even sacked from the exams for whilst writing the exams. It's very disheartening. So this is what I choose to do. I want to liaise properly and have a good connection. So I want to collaborate well with the director of the IDO, and then the coordinator of the IDO, and then also the KNUST SRC, so that some of these things we can explain to people that have to append signatures to them to hurriedly help. Because if it is not done, it means a student has to defer. And we all know the trauma that comes on students, deferred students, based on unable to pay fees and other things. So the best thing I can do is liaise well with them, and also with my good negotiation skills, also help in ensuring that the money is being released on time. Thank you very much.
I think every member of the panel has been impressed with your answers so far, and we hope that with how elections go and anything that happens, we will be able to deliver if you win the elections. Thank you very much.
Sure. Thank you very much. I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. Okay.
You try to force like I know you know he's a father before. You know. Yes, yeah, that's very good. And you know that autocratic guy who actually disobey on YouTube is that it's too autocratic. I know this one. So I know it's coming next. No, we're a bit similar. It's a
I'm really tired.
oh, sorry.
Let me check out that. 7 dots.
I think the way was like strict. Yes. That was what he was trying to explain, but autocratic just said it was strict.
You are not the main president.
Yes. Yeah.
Working in the same way.
You confess something. What's up? You do. At the ideal center, I did do the vetting for the so if you come, I go to come make I can give you the key for outside. If you let me come. He did plasma me. My own key did plasma me. Moral say in key the problem. He left the key for inside. I mean, you know, some of the news about that. I mean, why they carry boats come or something? No, like they carry boats come, like we make a boat pass this side. We will close soon. In the next like 1 hour, 30 minutes, we will close. The vetting will the key. So you are left, I will go in. Sure. Matty Amos. Hello. Oh, God.
Hello, Mr. Amos.
Mr. Amos, please unmute yourself. And if possible, remove your video too. Mr. Amos, can you hear us?
Yes, please, I can hear you.
Please, can we also get a video of you? Can we get a clear picture or video of you?
Okay.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Sir, this is how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, sir.
Okay,
How are you too?
Yeah, fine, thank you very much. Can you introduce yourself to the house?
Oh, okay, please. My name is Amos Maate. I'm a past student from Accra Polytechnic, where I offered accountancy, and currently I'm at KNUST, a class rep for accounting 3, and I work at Aero Study Consult. I am an administrator, where we educate students on the need to study abroad and then offer them opportunities. So that's what I currently do, sir.
Please, what position are you vying for, sir?
Please come again.
What position are you vying for, sir?
SRC president for the Eastern sector, sir.
SRC president for the Eastern sector.
The vice president, sir.
Okay, SRC Vice President for Eastern
for the
Sector.
Eastern sector. Yes.
Please, why Vice President?
For now, you have to believe in yourself, and I think that for now I have to start from the vice president, and maybe hopefully in the future or in my MSc or MBA, then I'll be able to take the battle and go for the presidency.
What's restricting?
So for now,
what's restricting you from going for the presidency?
Actually, there's nothing. I mean, preventing me from going for the president's straight, but I wanted to. I believe in myself, and I think that I have to begin from somewhere. And I think that me being the class rep for accounting currently, it has given me the courage and to challenge for the battle ahead. So for now, I wanted to start from the vice presidency.
But you can, but as your accounting class rep, you could have begun from financial secretary. You would have begun from financial secretary. So, what's your point?
Financial secretary, very nice, very
good. Give me 3 roles of the vice president.
The vice president.
Yes, please.
Okay, the vice president has to assist in delegation and also help the running of the various events put in place by the SRC executives.
Sure.
Or the national.
Sure.
Yes.
I like 3 responsibilities of the vice president, 3 rules of the vice president.
Oh, okay. The vice president also needs to lead and encourage student leadership, particularly within the university community.
Then what else again?
For now, okay, the vice president also has to act as the head of the executive committee of the sector.
Okay, sure. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, please.
Okay. Mr. Madi, right?
Yes, sir.
What would be some of your policies in case you are given the nod? What would be some of your policies?
Okay. Hopefully, if I'm given the nod to be SRC vice president, there are a whole lot of challenges we face as ideal students. And to be specific, in my center, for example, where I am currently in Accra Center, the road network from Kwabenya, the junction to the main campus, I mean, it's very terrible. If you've ever been there before, it's very, very, very terrible. And sometimes you get to a point where you want a car to campus that drivers charge outrageous amounts, telling you that the road is not good. Sometimes you book Uber and the Uber driver call you and ask you, where are you going to? Immediately you tell them you are going to KNESC campus. I mean, they will either tell you they can't go or sometimes they will cancel the trip. Okay, so my first policy as a student is, as a vice president, hopefully, is that I wanted to try and negotiate with through my sector coordinator. I wanted to negotiate with him, through him, then to the management of the SRC, that's the vice chancellor, and the director of IDL, so that they could possibly seek for a sponsorship, if it would be a sponsorship from external people, or if it can even be within. So at least they should do something about the road. Maybe if it's a first coat, or they should just plow the road so that it will be very smooth for easy movement of it.
Mr. Amos, you spent about 2 minutes talking about one thing.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, that's the first one. And secondly, I'm also thinking of the exam pass questions. Sometimes it gets to the point where maybe you want a pass question to test your knowledge or abilities of what you've learned, and you could not even have access to any. So I'm also thinking of, if possible, if they could make a pass question available for us, so that we will at least go through to test our abilities before we face a main exam or maybe a forum or a discussion. And I also try to.
Mr. Amos, are you buying for the class rep or vice president?
The vice president.
But what you just stated is as if you are going for the position of class rep.
No, not really. You know, it's a challenge that a class rep can't handle. I mean, it's a challenge that I felt that a class rep voice couldn't be heard when it comes to matters like this. So I'm also trying to.
Vice President's voice can be heard. What shows?
Please come again.
What shows that the Vice President's voice will be heard in that regard?
Honestly, I think that being a vice president is like you are the mouthpiece of your students. Okay, so probably you have the direct link to the management rather than being a class rep. So that's my personal view. So I also intend of organizing a workshop and then a seminar for ideal students. Probably most of us are workers, and sometimes we need to get more experience. So I also think of organizing a workshop or a seminar for ideal students. Thank you.
Mr. Amos,
Yes,
what is your leadership style? Your leadership.
The democratic leadership style. I'm very, very free, very confident person, reliable.
How do you go about it?
It's by negotiation with government. You know, as a vice president, you have a superior. Okay, so the superior is the national president or the president. So it's a collaborative effort. I can't do it alone. So I have to do it in collaboration with my president. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Amos.
Thank you very much, Mr. Amos. Glad vetting you.
Please come again.
It's been glad vetting you. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you too. Thank you too. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, can you know I think you are going to look behind. Setting behind your phone. Presidents, no. Was it president that nobody's running things? Nobody's doing it. Nobody's doing against each other. So please, you cannot make your impossible. You have 12 people left. This is regional. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening to you all.
Good evening, sir. Please, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good. And you?
We're fine, sir. Please, why are you here? Why are you here, sir?
Actually, I'm standing for Eastern Sector SRC Vice President.
Okay. Please, why the position of Vice President?
You know, initially I wanted to stand as the national president, but then the aspirants were many, and then in the many of them, I thought I should give them the chance to, you know, go ahead and I get a sectarian one. When we are all as a team, we could help KNUST reach where it's supposed to reach.
Please, what kind of skills do you have that makes you think you are a good leader for the position?
A leadership by example. I each and every day I try to live by example. Even in my neighborhood, I help people a lot. It's not only that, I'm a teacher as well. So I teach a whole lot of people and I try to install in them a good behavior so that there could be a good people, a good citizen. So they always see me as a kind of leader to them. And that's what motivates me to be.
What are the roles of vice president? Give me 2 roles of the vice president, sir.
Okay, the vice president, first of all, is part of the executive committee of the national SRC president. And secondly, in the secretarial functions, he's responsible for all the sectors or all the institutions, all the schools or all the campuses under his sector. He's supposed to see the day-to-day management of the sector.
Sure.
Sir, please, your name, please.
Please, my name is Matthew Akeson.
Matthew Akeson, from which campus?
Accra campus, sir.
Okay. I want you to know your take on this issue. How do you intend to bring the whole of the IDL into a common platform? Do you have any idea of it, and how do you intend to do it?
Okay. First of all, what I realize is that we don't really have social media platforms. Only on we only have WhatsApp groups, and that's not enough. At least we need to have other social media platforms so that we could all meet there and raise issues concerning our own well-being or our own welfare. Secondly, if I'm given opportunity, I wish every school, every campus have its own radio station, online radio station. It's easy and common and very cheap and affordable. We can all try and get online radio station of which we can, first of all, give information about studies, about our school and everything going on in the school. And we can use it for commercial purposes because we have the population. People can advertise on the radio for us to raise a kind of funds. Moreover, we can have radio talk shows that will bring.
Mr. Matthew, how do you intend to do that?
Actually, we are students and we can raise money. We can raise money. What I'm saying is that it's not all that expensive. We don't need billions to do it. It's just a little amount. And I have my own personal website that I write stories and all those things. I have writers for myself and all those things. But I realized that I don't even have its own website. We don't have so many things that could bring us together. Our answer.
Hello, Mr. Matthew.
Yes, sir.
If you can bear with me, a lot of the students have challenges. And looking at the idea that you are coming, it means that the students and that one. Hello, Mr. Martin.
Hello, please, I'm listening to you.
I'm saying that it seems a lot of us have challenges with regards to the fees. And looking at your budget that you are putting in place, it seems that the school fees will apparently move forward again.
Oh, no. It's not about our school fees. Initially, I wish we have flexible payment of school fees. You know, we some of us have children, some of us are married, they have wives, they have to manage home and all those things. And, you know, the school, the salary is not enough. So everybody is sacrificed in order to reach, you know, somewhere in life, you know. So I wish there should be a flexible means of paying school fees rather than, you know, sacking people from examination hall and all those things, you know. But then I am not saying that, hello? Yeah.
Then how do you intend to do that radio thing that you said each campus is going to have it? If it is not...
the SRC in general, we have our own financial budget and there's amount of money we're supposed to set aside for SRC projects. So it's not supposed to be something difficult. And this online radio thing is not expensive. We can do it. I'm telling you, we can do it. It can't be more than 5,000 cedi to do online radio station. We have IT professionals in the school, so all we need is buying the domain names and all those things. Yeah.
If you are giving the nod, what will be some of your policies for us? What will be some of your policies?
First of all, I talk about flexible payment of fees. I wish there should be flexible payment of fees rather than this way. No, sometimes we'll be there and they'll be sending you message, pay up to 85%, pay up to this. There's no student who gain admission at the end of the day, ignore the fact that he's supposed to come for a certificate. So I think there should be a flexible means that.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
I want to ask you a question.
You said you think there should be a flexible payment system, but how are you going to make sure that is put in place? We want the measures they are going to put in place to see if that will be feasible.
Okay. For me, first of all, we shouldn't be sacking students from examination hall. And if a student default to pay on time, he's supposed to be allowed to write exams, but at least if there's a penalty of maybe 5% of the total amount he's owing, that could be fair rather than sacking the person from examination hall. You understand me? It would be a nice policy for even the account office, which will help the account office to gain a little amount of money and help the students as well, so that they are not running, they don't quit education or don't quit school. You terminating school or being a school dropped out shouldn't be a financial reason. You understand?
Your next policy.
My next policy is that, I'm a student of Accra Ideal, and then our road to the school is very appalling. Sometimes when we're coming to school, it's difficult for you to even, the cars, the Uber and all those taxis, they are not willing to even come to campus. So sometimes it's difficult for us to.
We need a solution to that problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying that, first of all, there are three stakeholders in this problem right now. The academic council and the SRC and the people living in the neighborhood and the government itself. So this become three stakeholders: we, the school, the government, and the people living in the neighborhood. So we all have to, even if you have to send out letters to the government and to the people living in the neighborhood and to the academic board, so that each stakeholder will bring something and we fix the road. Moreover, KNUST is having so many classes. Hello?
Please, I will leave you to my colleagues. I'm done.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir, please, what could actually cause you to fail as a vice president if elected into power? What do you think are the problems? What do you think are the problems you could face that will cause you to fail as a vice president?
For me, in every administration or in every institution, there's bound to rise of the rise of problems. But then, as a leader, you need to stand up to challenges. So, though I'll be expecting challenges and problems, but then I'm not expecting me to sit down and say, "Oh, this is this one's fault," or the problem is from the school, or the problem is from the administration, or what. I will do my best to solve the problems that comes ahead of me.
Can you pinpoint any problem that you think you may face?
Maybe financial problems, to fully execute the plans I have. Like what I'm saying, it's in my best interest. I wish it would be in my name when I'm in office to fix that road. I'm telling you, I wish it would be in my name, but I have the plans, but I wish all the stakeholders will respond accordingly to me so that if I'm given the opportunity, I can fix that road. And moreover, I want to say something about transportation. KNUST has so many buses parked even at Kumasi that we are not using it. You see, so if every campus will have one bus and each student pay at least 20 cedi every semester for transportation, and this transportation will pick us from one point and drop us to another point so that we can continue our journey back home safely. It will be very, very nice for us instead of the buses getting wasted in Kumasi.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are done, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. God bless you.
God bless you. Guys, the person coming next running is running against the daddy previously. The rest of it that will come after. Sure. Hello, sir. Hello. Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello, Michael.
Hello.
Okay.
I was out of it.
Hello, Ken. Hello. Hello, Ken.
Hello, Mr. Michael.
Hello, Mr. Mike. Please unmute yourself. Hello, Mr. Mike. Hello. Hello, Mr. Mike. Hello, Mr. Mike. Hello, Mr. Mike.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, I'm
Please, good evening.
Please, pardon.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, boss.
Please, how are you doing, sir?
Yes, I'm doing good.
Please, we are not audible, so we would want you to speak out.
Oh.
Sure. Please, can you introduce yourself to the panel and why you are here?
Oh, okay. My name is Michael Kotukenta, AMS student. I'm in a third year, management to be precise.
And what position are you running for?
Boss, please, can you?
What position, sir?
Eastern sector, vice president for the Eastern sector.
Please, why the position of vice president, sir?
I want to lead the ideal in the Eastern sector to be able to achieve its mandate. That is the reason why I went for.
You could have opted for other positions, including president, general secretary. They are all part of leadership. So why specifically vice president?
As I've said already.
I'm sorry, you have a very bad network. Sir, Mr. Michael. Mr. Michael. Mr. Michael. Hello. Your network is very bad, sir. So because of that, we'll make this very brief. We'll be asking you a few questions, sir.
Hello, Michael. Hello. Hello, Michael. Hello. Please, can you please unmute yourself for us?
Sorry. Sorry.
Hello, please. Hello, Michael.
Yes, boss.
Please, if you are giving the nod, what will be some of your policies?
First of all, I'd like to communication. Communication is a key in ideal, and if I'm good into power, I would like to help in the communication aspect, because sometimes we find it very difficult in getting information, reliable information, because you will not get the exact source where you want the information. Sometimes the information you will hear it from another source, and from another source they say it's not a correct source. So for me personally, I want to help in the communication sector, so that if anybody is in need of maybe a direction or needs information of something, that person can able to communicate us, so that we can able to deliver, we can able to give him the information he or she needs.
Michael, please, can you please give us an example of what you are saying?
Example, database. Example, let me say it just today we had online. We had an online meeting, but the online meeting, our online codes were some were wrong. Some I don't know where they took the information, but sometimes I don't know where they took the information, and the information you receive is false. So
Ken,
what
is it not peculiar to the class rep?
I can hear you, boss.
What you are saying, is it not the duties of the class rep to do what you are saying?
It's normally it's not specifically it's the duty of the class rep, but they don't get the information well. They don't get they don't know who to consult.
The class rep.
They don't know, the class rep themselves doesn't know who to consult.
Okay, then what policy again?
And also I will also help in shuttle so that they can convey some. Let me take example. Let me take Accra campus, for example.
Help what? With what?
I will help with the shuttles from conveying students from one place to another.
Okay, please wait.
Yes, sir.
I'm in Kumasi, and
yes,
because my family is in Accra, I have to come for lectures at Accra. Will you be able to convey me from Kumasi to Accra?
It's a policy that I'm bringing. So since it's a team, I being the Eastern sector vice president, I will bring this initiative so that those sectors over there, those vice presidents over there can also copy from us, so that it will together we can all make it.
No, I'm not saying it's not a policy. It's a policy, but I don't think it's a workable one.
So
I don't think it's a workable one.
I'm not talking of me bringing the car to. No, I've already talked to even I'm not voted in power, but I've already talked to some of the GPRTU so that they can come to our they can come to the campuses so that they can help convey students from the campuses to vantage point whereby they can get their destination start.
Okay, and what policy again?
I went to the GPR. You said?
No, I need another one.
Oh, okay.
Policy from you.
Okay, and also it's about the school fees. Our mode of our fees. Okay.
What are some?
Okay. Sometimes we had I think just recently we had a challenge concerning school fees. The authorities were saying we are supposed to pay 90% of the fees, either than that we can register. And I'll appeal with my national president so that together we can see the way forward whereby they can help, whereby the school can help us to be able to register for our courses after. The school can help us to register for our courses after we are about to write the end of semester. Then the school can say, okay, since you haven't bring your school fees or you haven't bring your school fees, then you need to write. You need to go and pay before you come and write for the exam.
So what will you do in your capacity as a vice president? Because the day that you bought the forms, you know that there's a certain school fees that you are going to pay, right?
Sure.
And that thing, you cannot even skip it. So what are you going to do as a special person to have these policies that you are talking about being a workable one?
You see, I'm not going to plead for them for us to cut off the school fees. My policy is that I will coordinate with the national president so that together we can go to we can see the authorities so that they can help us to register our courses. Registration of our courses is the key. And if you haven't registered, you can
tell us some of the policies that you send it to the management so that they will approve it for you.
Okay.
Maybe we are going to put this and this and this together so that when we get to the management level, they will hear us. What are some of the things that are going to put on paper?
Unemployment. Even though there are some people they are unemployed, but yes, still they want to educate themselves.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
My colleague will
Okay, so Mr. Michael.
Yes, boss.
As per the SRC Constitution, what are the duties of the sector vice president?
Sector vice president.
As per the SRC Constitution.
Okay. The sector vice president is the mouthpiece for the president at the jurisdiction where the vice president is.
Is there only one?
And the vice president also assists the national president in delegate in his works.
It's stated in the SRC Constitution. It's stated in the SRC Constitution. What you just said.
Yeah. Yes. I don't remember.
Are you sure?
I actually don't remember.
Okay, sure. If voted into power as a vice president, what are some problems you think you may face that may cause you to fail as a vice president?
Some problems I may
face within your administration that may cause you to fail as a vice president.
For now, I actually don't know until maybe I come across that one. But for now, I can't see I'm going to face these challenges or these challenges. So maybe
if you encounter a problem, you'll be able to solve it during your administration.
With the help of my colleagues.
Okay. Sure. That means you're a team player.
Sure. Can
you tell us of an instance where you encountered a problem and it was solved as a team? Have you ever encountered such?
Yes.
Can you tell us about it? Briefly.
Oh, okay. I used to join one organization at Charles Methodist Student Associate Fellowship, Mr. And it's a non-denominational organization. We needed funds to promote to help the needy, but here we have no funds. So with the help of me and my colleagues, we're able to write letters to other organizations, and we let them see our vision and our mission, and they bought into our ideas, and they came to our aid to support us to be able to help them.
Which organization did you write to?
I wrote to Benson and Benson Associates.
And which other association? Which other?
We wrote to so many, I think for so many organizations, but yet those it's only the Benson and Benson who responded to our letter. So that's where we found it.
Okay, sure.
Thank you very much, sir, Michael. God bless you for your time.
God bless you, Chairman.
Just okay, just are we done? Is that the phone? Now we can look at
and they're all on the post.
Oh,
fast. One of us on drag you like
this guy is supposed to pose it with a lot of questions because what he was saying is not even fixable.
That's not your social.
Of the family.
Yeah. You know eventually is important. Okay, one-on-one and but eventually there was
How can you talk with the central for?
one of the man that spoke about information. Okay, that's a rule. I'm not gonna you could keep actually.
It's one time. That at 12 again.
That was best. Hello, hi. Can you please unmute yourself?
Can you please unmute yourself?
Hello.
Hello.
Please, can you unmute yourself?
Hello.
Hello. Please, can we see you?
Hello.
Please, can you make your can you use your video so that we see you?
Oh, okay. Hello. It looks like my place is quite dark, so.
Oh, no problem.
It's actually fine.
I'm saying this house.
Thanks for having me.
Please, can we get your can we get your name and who you are and why you are running?
I'm a Sibontinemos, vying for Financial Secretary of the Western Sector, Takoradi to be precise.
Okay, fine. Please, why Financial Secretary?
Why Financial Secretary? Because every individual has gotten his or her capabilities and a task he will be able to achieve within a certain period of time. And I believe leadership is about making an impact. So I believe Financial Secretary is where I will be able to impact on my subservients and those I'm serving.
Do you have a history of financial management?
Could you please come again?
Do you have a history of financial management?
In terms of academics or in experience?
In terms of experience in general.
Yeah, in experience, I've held the position of Financial Secretary of my church, and I've also held the position of Financial Secretary of the SRC when I was in the high school.
In high school, sure, thank you very much.
Please, can you please know the program that you're offering?
I'm offering BBA marketing.
BBA marketing?
Yes, please, sir.
Okay. Sir, please, now your office that you are coming, do you know the duties, what is expected of you within the office per the Constitution?
Yes, sir. Per the Constitution, the Financial Secretary is supposed to have custody of all the checkbooks and the financial transaction that is being carried out within the sector. And then he is also a signatory to the financial accounts of the sector. And then thirdly, he's supposed to publish the budget of the sector at the beginning of the academic year, and if possibly getting to the close of the academic year, he is also should be responsible to provide a budget for the sector.
Mr. Suwanti, talking about the budget, what entails in the budget?
Okay, what entails in a budget is first of all, what the revenue you are able to bring in as a sector, your expenditures, and how you disperse the funds that come into the sector's coffers.
Mr. Suwanti, your last question. Please, do you have what are some of your leadership style?
My leadership style is democratic and integration. When you say a leader is an integrated leader, he's the type which involve all the other subordinates and co-workers in decision making, and it's more or less virtually the same as somebody who is a democratic. But the difference, there's a slight difference between a democratic leader and integrated leader, in the sense that hello.
I want to ask you to elaborate that a bit for us, but you are doing it, so please continue.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Suwanti.
I hardly hear you.
Mr. Suwanti.
Yes, sir.
Can you please hear me now?
Yeah, I could hear you now.
I was about to ask you to elaborate what you just said, but it seems you were doing it, so you can continue.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So what I was saying is that when you say a leader is a democratic, what he does is that when it comes to decision making, he though you as the leader have the ultimate option to select what options, alternatives that come into your domain, and then democratic leader allows all the other leaders or all the other co-workers to bring in their decision, and they choose what is best suit the people they are serving.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay, so Mr. Suwanti, what are some internal control measures you use to curb fraud in your administration?
To curtail fraud?
No, what are some internal control measures that you will use to curb or use to prevent fraud in your administration?
The measures that I will use to prevent fraud is, when we say fraud, we are talking of a very, very a serious issues that come up in every administration. For you to succeed or for you to fail, it depends on your ability to manage such vices that come up. And fraud is no exception. If you want to manage fraud, the first step that you need to ensure is that every member or every one of the administration make accountable to whatever work that is given to them. Every task or every single person that they are given to, they should be able to make account for that.
And Mr. Suwanti, during that, what would be the proof of that? I have given 100 cedis to somebody and the person has used the money judiciously.
We are in much technological world nowadays. To ensure somebody spends exactly what he gives to the person is, for instance, I've sent you to go and buy 10 bags of cement. You should come along with an invoice.
Okay.
Being much stamped by the organization where you bought the thing.
I think it's okay.
It's okay, please.
It means you know what you are doing.
Yes.
Is that all? Yes. Thank you very much, sir, for your time.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you.
Sir. God bless you.
Give me a big side there. Ah.
Who is the next? Who is coming?
Hello, Mr. Christian. Please unmute your microphone.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you doing, please?
I'm doing good. And you?
We are also doing great.
Thank God.
Please, may we know why you are here?
Yeah, please. I'm here to aspire for the position of Vice President at the Western sector.
Okay. Okay. And your name, please. Tell us a bit about yourself. A bit about yourself, please.
I'm Christian. Completed Science. I did my national service with quality life assurance. Then I proceeded to work with Talent Plus Academy, in which I am the assistant headmaster. Then 2020-2021, I decided to pursue further to Farmer University of Science and Technology to top up my program through the ITL programs.
Okay, okay, okay. So you are here for the vice president, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Per the position that you are aspiring for, what is your core mandate when it comes to the office?
Pardon?
What is your main duties in regards to the constitution of the IDL?
Yeah, as a vice president at the Western sector, one of my duty is to implement the policies from the national or at the national level to my sector, and also I serve as a mouthpiece at the sector level through to the national.
Okay. Please, what will be some of your policies in case you are giving the nod? What will be some of your policies?
Yeah, my policy is number one, to coordinate with the IDL SRC National to help our colleague students in terms of payment of fees. It is my heart desire that we will negotiate well with the KNUST administration to make the payment very flexible for especially our IDL colleague students.
Please, if you are talking about flexible terms of payment, how is it like?
Currently, as it stands now, before you can be enrolled, number one, you need to pay certain amount. Then, prior to that, before you even write your mid-semester and end of semester exams, you need to pay about 70%. Then, subsequent to that, when school resumes, especially for this second term semester, you need to be done with a payment. So with the flexible terms of payment, we can, for example, as I said, negotiating, liaising with my nationals, we'll come up with a percentage structure, not in that manner that you have to pay 70% and do this percentage before you can probably write your exams.
Okay, please, what are your strengths? Because you are vying for the vice president, and we need to know your strengths, your capabilities.
Yeah, my strength is all-inclusive leadership style, very democratic. In a democratic arena, we have something called all-inclusive governance. That is when it's a situation whereby you bring all the leaders on board to implement your policies. So my strength is all-inclusive governance or all-inclusive leadership.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll leave you for my to continue. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Christian, can you take
sir.
an experience that an organization or a society you're able to influence change, you're able to bring about change within that organization? Have there been any instances like that?
Please, I can't hear. I hardly hear you. It's raining here.
Have you ever held a leadership position before?
Have I ever had any leadership position before?
Yes, please. Have you ever?
Number one, when I was in Taipei Polytechnic, I was the course rep. And when I also came to KNUST as well, I'm also the course rep. And as I said, I am the assistant headmaster for the school in which I am teaching, talent class in Takrady. And when you come to church, I am also a deacon and a youth pastor.
Oh, okay.
So that means you are not new to leadership. That means you are not new to leadership.
I'm not new to leadership, by God's grace.
Can you give us an instance where, as a leader, you were able to initiate change in the organization, or where you found yourself a leader? Can you give us an instance where you could bring something different on board? Do you get me? Do you get it?
I barely hear, please. Yes. You said,
has there been a time that as a leader, you're able to do something different or bring something new on board? Because now you are vying for the position of the Western Vice President. You would have to bring new things on board. Was it the first time? Not when there's an instance where you can run us through that briefly.
Please, your network is not helping me at all.
Hello, please. Hello, Mr. ACN.
Hello?
Hello, ACN.
Yes, sir.
He wants to know. Hello, Can you please hear me? You want to know. You want to know some of the changes that you have been able to make in the position that you have occupied previously.
Oh yes, number one, when working with the quality life assurance, I was the secretary and also
This work is very bad.
financial advisor, sales.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Advisor. So one of the a mechanism of clients. So I developed. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I'm listening. Hello.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Your network
is very bad.
Yes, it is raining here.
Oh, okay. Oh, we are very sorry for that.
But thank you very much. I think with the little we've gotten from you, we've been impressed so far. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Thank you, sir.
That's right, you can actually cut it up.
Please, is that all?
Yes, it is the other answer.
Thank you.
I said the whole career will get 30 seconds out. That's why. Every time you're saying it's left with somebody, not figure some problem. So we say the brain, everything is. I'm for me now. We are listening to avoid the shit, but I don't get it. Right now, the same actually talking about people that are campaigning to. I'm not doing my eye. Whatever anybody should be, they should be. We are the best. Where you know that it's some problem, yeah. Actually.
Who is next? It isn't just like that. Look around. Started over this.
In my silence, I'm not shit on them. It doesn't mean I'm letting the time will come. Basketball é passadinho. É basketball é passadinho. É basketball. Como é que você se Agora, At the start, I go under 74.5. I know say the people who go fit. They finished the team 75. It's freezing, Charlie.
Who is next?
I can admit them. Okay, admit them.
Just like
I mean, I can admit. It should be done.
Admit that. What's there?
if he's not the one.
Jemima, oh, that's nice.
This one, this is good one.
Everybody, the rest of them. Hello, hi, good evening. Please unmute yourself and please let's see you, ma'am. The teacher sorry. I love it. That doesn't make a traditional. Because idea so wait, like if we this regular kids there.
Can you please unmute yourself?
But like you are used to going to class. I guess so people don't go in your class. So people in your class are senior level.
That means once you are an IBS student, everybody now about it. It's only a handful who are just doing this year. Most of us are about it. Some of us didn't have kids that they are really taking care of.
People have kids in university already.
What are the basics?
Now we need to call. Six.
The average.
I mean, I know this particular man. I know him very well. He came out. The guy is thinking the chair. His thinking is an understatement. He can't do anything for you. I meet him for campus. I was shocked. Like the way we see him in the area, we see him like he's like, hey, yeah, come. My daughter said we were doing that. Can I help you with the registration? So sure. So even wanted to rent an apartment here, so you wanted me to stay in the apartment here for you. And I was said you want to leave there. No. Of course.
Yeah, that's right. It's
For him, you would become a weekend. And sometimes even 2 weeks.
Yes, I think it's like Auntie Jemima is
This place will become an Abaco now. This committee says that my wife was not even in support of me.
My house there. They knew me for when I was a child. Then, yeah. Is that like we should be on the forefront? I mean, trust the support team and everything was
Is it because of the network? Or they have to admit them over it before they come in.
last week.
Vice president was vice president. Say that. Sometimes I think wonder the kind of thought that it
The person's connecting since. I know I'm here. So waiting will deny. Admit. Yeah, but more, what you.
the president.
Not the president.
Like friends of mine, they oppose you with questions.
Then we would. I'm going to pay you back. Stop.
They will never let you. They will never let you.
Yeah, for idea. Money ahead of dedication. Why didn't you run? What's wrong with everybody?
Doesn't mean that all of them are in Western region. Yes. Where is region level?
I'm serious.
Yes, I know.
So you have the solution. You have the solution already of companies and stuff like this. Now you're sending a Google form around asking people what do they think should happen to their campus prices. It's really not there.
You went for a lot of concerns.
No, but the truth is that the truth is that I would on a good day would have dragged it too. But some people I don't think vetting is about dragging every single thing. But I can't be at the boss. I'll do it. I'm very ideas.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Cornelius. Can you please unmute your microphone?
Hello, Cornelius. Can you please unmute yourself? Hello, sir. Cornelius.
I'll fix it. I didn't look up football. I'm not even moved. I'm not there. Very personally, give it a get. The Manchester account that's very fun for you.
They will get a chance, and instead of them to admit themselves, they will be there. Hello. Please
unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hello. Please, good evening.
Hello. If this one is not coming.
How is it? Huh? It's a lead you, obviously. Good selection. You know, connect with you. I get with you. Hey, Cornelius. Hello, Jima.
Hello.
I'm coming in back. Hey, Cornelius, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you doing? How are you doing?
Please, I'm fine, and you?
I'm also doing quite well. The panelists have. Okay. Your vetting has started.
Hello. Please, your name?
My name is Juliana Cornelius Hansen.
Juliana, please, can you turn on your video?
Okay.
Sure. Juliana, please, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Can you introduce yourself and tell us why you're here?
My name is Juliana Cornelius Hansen. I'm offering BBA accounting 3, and I'm aspiring for a position of the Women's Commissioner, the sector level.
Okay. So, please, what are the policies you would like to bring on board if elected into office as the Women's Commissioner?
I would like to inspire other females to also be able to come out with their developing skills. I'll also try to talk to them, organize programs in knowing the importance of females in other positions.
How do you plan on inspiring these females within your sector?
Through the form of interaction with them.
Like, I want to know exactly what you do. Are there programs that you organize?
Yes, we organize programs. We organize entrepreneurs program. We organize programs that would develop their ability and their capability in doing things when it comes to the aspect of handling positions.
So, what's your take on the involvement of women in leadership roles? What's your take on it in general?
I think it's good that women are given the opportunity to partake in any form of positions or maybe any form of levels in general. My take is that when women are given that such position, we are able to bring out the best that we have within us.
Okay, sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Madam, good evening, please.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
Please, I'm fine, and you?
Great. Please, the office that probably you want to assume, what is the core mandate over the office?
The mandate is that you represent the female, all the females in your sector. You represent them. You see that their rights and their interests are well taken care of.
Okay. IBS students, we are all matured, and as you yourself, you know. And assume a woman is coming into the examination hall with her baby on, and the invigilator walks that woman out. What will you do as a women's commissioner?
I will try and talk to the invigilator and maybe see to how the problem will be solved. Maybe the child will disturb the examination. So maybe we can get someone outside or who can take care of the child so that the mother will write the exams.
If the office is being confronted with a harassment from a colleague student accusing an lecturer of abusing her sexually, what will you do?
Well, I'll first talk to the female, talk to him, know how the problem and the situation is. So finding out the problem, then you first seek for other sources, how you go about the issue. Because since the person is a lecturer, you need to deal with the issue very maturely. So you need to talk to other female lecturers you go and meet, so that when you talk to them about the problem, you guys will solve the problem peacefully, so that there will not be any form of disrespect or something like that.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Please, sorry I came late. I just have one question for you. Are you a feminist?
Yes, but not all. Not really, because because you have to take into you can't be only for the females.
Oh, there's a lot of fun.
Hello?
Okay, sure. We didn't get you there because of the network. Please, you said you were explaining something. You said you can't always be for the female.
Yes, you are standing for the females, but you can't say particularly that you will not also listen to the males. Sometimes somebody also want to confront you, like want to tell you something or want to say something or discuss his issues to you. You can't say because you are the women's commissioner, you're not listening to the person. Just that the upper hand is for the females, but you have to listen to the men too.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Yes.
Thank you very much, madam. I think, Madam Juliana, thank you very much for your time. I think
thank you too.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. My chest. Oh.
You eat and you like on YouTube.
I'll go ask them. Okay. I'll still ask them.
You mind scanning? you can go. Hello, Jemima. Can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, please.
Okay, and can we also look at you, please?
Oh, okay.
Your camera.
Okay, please. Okay.
Hello, Jemima.
Hello, sir.
Are you in a car?
Yes, please.
And where to?
I'm now going home.
Oh, okay. So you have closed from work, right?
Yes, please.
Can you please tell us a bit about yourself?
Okay. So please, I'm Jemima. I'm standing for the position of the General Secretary. I've worked at Jensen Production West Africa.
Jemima, what, please?
Jemima Dobe.
Okay, then you can continue.
Okay, I've worked with Jensen Production for 4 years now, and I'm working as an office assistant there. Now, that's my office assistant.
Hello, Jemima.
Hello, sir.
This in your network. Can you please tell us the office that you want to occupy again?
General Secretary.
General Secretary. At which part of Ghana?
Please come again. General Secretary. No, I didn't say I worked as a General Secretary. I said that is the position I am being vetted for now. University, ideal.
Yes. Which of the sectors are you
Takrady.
Okay.
Please, can you give me 3 roles of a general secretary?
Okay. Please, the General Secretary mainly works with the president, and if it's about meeting, she's the one that helps in organizing the meeting. And I'll also record and be accurate also in that of my meetings.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Please, Jemima, what are your strengths?
My strength.
Yes, please.
Okay, I am a good communicationist.
Oh.
I like to interact with people a lot, and I like to also know how people relate. So I'm able to relate with people so well because I like to communicate, and I'm not a quick temper person. I like to know people through my interaction. I also I am also a good writer. So just a few seconds.
Oh, okay. So, Jemima, if we give you that position as General Secretary,
yes, please.
What will be some of your policies?
Okay. So I have been with IDL for a few years because I started with a diploma, and most of the times we didn't have. A lot of times we had issues and we had difficulties, but there weren't anyone to stand in for us. There weren't any school representatives. So now that we have the opportunities to do it, I'll be able to bring the issues of students concerning school fees and other stuff on board and help them so that their issues will get to management and also the students association.
Okay, you being the General Secretary, if you get a president who's a bossy type, how are you going to relate with him? And how are you going to solve those challenges?
Okay, so I believe that every boss has their own way of relating with their subordinates. So if I get a bossy head or a bossy president, I'll be able to work with a person by knowing what a person likes or how I'm going to bring please excuse me. I'll be able to work with a person by knowing how he or she likes to do his or her work. So if I'm able to understand how he or she does his or her work, I'll be able to relate.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Before that, I wanted to know. What is the position? Have you read a student guide?
Have I read the student guide?
Yes, please.
Yes, I have the student guide and I've gone through it. Okay.
What is the school's position on alcohol usage?
Okay. I don't know much about that, but I can say that students are not allowed to abuse alcohol in the campus. So
abuse or use?
Use use on campus. Sorry.
What other constitution are the ideal constitution subjected to?
Come again, sir.
What other constitution is the ideal constitution subjected to? The SRC constitution is part actually. I just wanted to know that. And I wanted to know on what grounds can an ideal officer be removed from office?
What grounds can an ideal officer? By doing anything, any misconduct.
Example.
Anything. Okay. Let's say during this voting time, maybe if the person allows someone buys a vote or anything like that, the person can be removed.
Who are the key members of the University Council? Give me two small members of the University Council.
He's the Vice Chancellor.
And
please. And please.
you don't know the name of the Vice Chancellor of the school?
No, I'll find out. I just escaped me because of.
No problem. I think we are done.
Madam.
Yes, please.
Can you tell us your leadership style?
My leadership style.
Yes, please.
Okay. Please. I am. I'm a democratic leader. I like to know what others think and know how best we can solve situations and issues together. Because I believe that if you give everyone an opportunity, they have something to say. So as you know what they think, you are able to do.
Okay.
Come to an agreement.
Thank you very much, madam, for your time.
Okay, please. Thank you too.
Please, you can disconnect.
Okay, please.
You have to write one for him, right?
This one. He's going to this I think we're done.
Almost.
Well, who is that?
Emina. You can't go do so. It's wrong. And try people.
So the people came this time because we overrated politics here.
Philomena. Philomena. Hello. Can you hear me? Good. If you can hear me, please unmute yourself. And if you, hello.
Yes, I think I can hear you. Please.
All right, that's good. Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Thank you very much for coming on short notice. We'll be beginning any moment from now. The panelist is here to take over.
Hello, Hamina. How are you doing?
I'm good.
I'm also very good.
I'm fine.
Sure. Please, can you introduce yourself?
Okay. Okay, so my name is Wohemino Usumeku. I'm 27 years old, and I work with the Ghana Armed Forces as a civilian employee. Yes. Okay, so I think basically. Come again?
I was like, why are you here today? Why are you here?
To vet for the position of Women's Commissioner for the Western Sector, IDL Kenya. Yeah.
So if voted into power as the Women's Commissioner, what policies do you seek to bring on board to help the women within your sector?
Okay, so I believe that women empowerment is one thing that is very key in our time now, in our dispensation now. And the little thing I can do as a women's commissioner is also is to help ladies do a lot of to help ladies do a lot of entrepreneurial skill things, like being able to do other things aside the mainstream education we are getting. So maybe bringing in place programs like maybe wig making, makeup. Those things are the things trending now, and those are one area we can get so much money from aside our main businesses, our main work we do at our offices and other things. So I think that is one thing I'm really looking at, because now everybody is looking for a white collar job and we are neglecting other things that can equally help us. I can't imagine a degree holder who also has her own entrepreneurial business she's doing and she's earning so much and in the end can help others as well. So that is one thing I'm really looking at.
So you want to initiate this when you are voted into power, but what problem do you think you can face?
Again?
What problem do you think you can face when you want to implement what you just said?
Okay, so I know that whenever someone wants to implement something, there will be people who would be like, oh, it's not up to you to do this, it's not up to you to do that. But I believe that how best you would be able to relay your intentions to others would also let them know that you have good intentions for them. And in the end, they would also come on board and it would be a success. So definitely you get people who wouldn't vouch for, who wouldn't want to even hear about it, but it's up to you to be able to convince them so well that in the end, it will be a win-win for everybody.
Okay. Do you think you may encounter any financial problems trying to implement what you just said?
Yes, for financial problems, I definitely, but I feel that one thing we can do, or one thing I can do is to get people who are like people who are into that, who can help those who don't already have that skill and wouldn't demand for so much money. Or in the end, maybe they would also take it as a humanitarian duty they are doing for others and wouldn't want to take money. I have people like that. Myself, I do makeup, myself, I do hair, and it's helping me. Aside the main work I do as a civilian employee is one area that I'm getting so much from, and by God's grace, things are picking up. So for the finances, it wouldn't be easy, but I believe that it's all about you knowing how best you can manage the little you have and making it work out. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Please, are you a feminist?
Come again?
Are you a feminist?
Am I a feminist? As in, do I believe in girl power?
Yes. Do you believe in feminism?
Yes. Yes.
Define the kind of feminism you believe in.
The kind of feminism I believe in. I believe that everybody has the power to become whatever he or she wants to be, regardless of your gender. Gender shouldn't be a barrier to anyone's success. So it shouldn't be that, oh, because I'm a woman, I can't do this. Women are not supposed to do this, and men are supposed to do this. That shouldn't be what we have in mind. But at the end of the day, we should know that we are all equal and we can all make the world a better place, regardless of our gender.
Who is the current Vice Chancellor of KNS?
Sincerely speaking, I don't know. I've not had. Come again?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hello, madam.
Yes, sir.
I hope you are doing good.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. The rain has just dealt with me, Kaka, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
I just want to ask you a question.
Okay, I'm listening.
You know that most of the IDA students come far away from somewhere, Boliga, to have lectures at Kumasi. Are you aware of that?
I'm with the Takrade campus. So, yeah, but I'm sure there will be scenarios like that.
Yes, like let's say people offering geometric engineering.
Okay. I'm straining to hear you. I don't know if it's from my end or it's from your end.
Is it because I have a very faint voice or?
Oh no, your voice is your voice is okay. Your voice, I don't think it's the voice, but I'm maybe it's the network or I'm just finding it difficult to hear what you are saying. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. If you are giving the nod,
okay.
What will your office do to help people who come far away, maybe let's say from Boliga or Cape Coast, to come and have lectures at Kumasi? Probably they might not be ladies. This one will be men. What will you do to help them?
It's like the thing is fluctuating. I don't know. I just don't know. Please, can you repeat what she said?
So, okay. For those who are coming from a different city to come to campus for lectures, looking at how far the distance is, what do you plan on doing with your office to help such people?
To help such people.
Yes,
so I think one time I was just, we closed from lectures and I was speaking to one lady and she was like, oh, I'm coming from Bogos. So I'm like, hey, Bogos to this side. And I was like, so can't the campus do anything like maybe provide a hostel? Because with that particular lady, she had to go and stay in a hotel for like 2 days because our lectures are on weekends. And she had to stay in the hotel for 2 days. And the kind of money she was paying, so I was like, hey, so what can I asked that question. And I'm like, what I thought was right was maybe the school can provide a hostel system. It shouldn't be so many rooms, but at least a place that students from far places can reside in when they come out, because the cost involved in coming alone is so much that it would even deter them from coming. So if at least they know that they are paying for just the transportation, and when they get to campus, there's a place they can reside for those days and pay maybe very, very, very little amount, I think coming wouldn't be so much of a problem. So for me, I think that the best that we can do is maybe help initiate something like a hostel system. Even if it's not the school, maybe authorities can talk to hotels nearby, then they can evenly or equally subsidize the prices for them when they know that they are coming in the name of the school. That is what I think is realistic like right now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Wilhelmina.
Okay.
With your vetting, please.
Okay. I barely can hear anything.
Thank you very much. We are done with the vetting.
Okay. Thank you too. Okay, it was nice meeting you. Bye.
Nice meeting you too.
Hey. Anti-optimism. It's national.
Ah.
Well, they set the new world record. But people are saying the DAR is that.
Also, what's this happening?
Caution. Are you true?
We just finished.
You are done with all of it.
Yes.
I can't tell you. Kenyans accept.
Like, it's not like that. That's what I mean. My room keys with me. My room is up. I mean, I don't kill inside. I don't have the inside. I don't have to do. I have a car. That's how soon is scared for this.
I hope you are true.
Actually,
Please your name.
Emmanuel. I'm careful. No program actually.
What?
What program?
Logistics.
What kind of experience?
Oh, okay. You can just play with my phone. Yes,
Okay, where is this? Okay, understand. So, PR. What go ahead.